In game one, we had an OT thriller with Chris Middleton hitting a go-ahead bucket to win the game. And in game two, we had complete domination by the Milwaukee Bucks. It's the NBA playoffs. Expect the unexpected, man. But in this game, we saw the Milwaukee Bucks completely dominate the Miami Heat from start to finish. Let's get into the recap. Before we do, go ahead and leave a like on this video. Go ahead and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we need your help to get to that goal. Go ahead and share the video as well. Let's get into the video. Now, the Milwaukee Bucks look like an NBA championship level team today. They look like the best level of what we expected them to be going into the season. I saw Giannis Antetokounmpo look like a two-time MVP, and we talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's in the same level of Steph Curry and LeBron James, three guys who have 2 or more MVPs in the league right now, and we had to respect that, and we have to understand that when Giannis is in that level of conversation, he has to play up to that level, and today he did. From the very beginning, with his ability to put the pressure on and be aggressive on the offensive end to begin this game, the Bucks started off with a 12-2 lead in the first quarter. And from there, the three-point shooting started kicking in. And this is probably the story of the game, but it starts off with Giannis being aggressive. If he's aggressive, the Bucks are going to go far. And we've seen in game one where there are times where he feels kind of passive or feels as if like he doesn't feel comfortable. We can see that at the free throw line. When the star doesn't feel comfortable, they're not going to play up to the level that we expect them to. And in today's game, he took the bull by the horns and said, you know what, I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go to where I need to go to make a play. And that's what he did. And then from that point forward, the three-point shooting kicked in for the Milwaukee Bucks. And if a team is shooting this great, it's going to be tough to beat them. And today they just showed that. I mean, they had 15 threes in the first half, broke a franchise record, 46 points in the first quarter. They nearly had 50 in the first quarter. It looked like if you play 2K, you have your takeover meter, and then you're not missing nothing. That's what the Bucks look like today, man. But it's good to see because coming off the bench, they had 3 guys have double-digit scoring. You had Pat Connaughton, you had Bobby Portis, who's a great player too, and Brian Forbes. 22 points from Brian Forbes off the bench. I mean, hey, if you're gonna get that from your bench unit, you're going to go a long way in the playoffs, man, because Giannis still had 30 points, did his thing. Chris Middleton did his thing. And you have Jrue Holiday, who is a great playmaker, who is what I like about Jrue Holiday a lot, man. And this is such a solid pickup by the Milwaukee Bucks this offseason is the fact that he doesn't have to do too much or do too little. He gives you exactly what you need from him as a playmaking guard and to defend in today's era. So Jrue Holiday is going to give them so much. And I think that in this series, we're not seeing I think that when if they face the Nets next round, they're gonna win this series. They should win this series. Hope that doesn't bite me in my ass. So I have to go back and say I was wrong, but they should win this series. And I think that we'll even see more why Jrue Holiday is such a key piece on the Milwaukee Bucks. But again, the Milwaukee Bucks did a great job today when it comes down to just showing the dominance of who they are. And the people try to come to me like 2 days ago. When we're talking, I was in a chat and my friends were talking about how they believe that the Heat were a better team, and it's more so that the Heat are well coached. They're a great team. They're a gritty team. They play hard, no question. But the Bucks are just more talented than these guys. And you can coach a team as much as you want, but the talent on this team is just too much. And when you talk about the ability to shoot the ball, to defend, and when you have a 7-foot monster in Giannis Antetokounmpo, that's tough as well. But of course, shout out to the Milwaukee Bucks. Great play today. Let's talk about the Miami Heat. So the Miami Heat they're in a predicament. Their offense does not look good at all. Their 2 best players did not have their best game, of course. So if your 2 best players don't play their best ball, you can almost wrap it up. I don't think you'll ever win a game when your 2 best players in the playoffs don't play great. And Jimmy Butler is he didn't finish with, I believe he had only 14 points in this game, but Bam didn't finish with it. He had 5. Bam shot 5 for 11 this game. I did see that. But when I was watching the game, Bam didn't look like the all-star Bam that we know him as. He seemed as if like he couldn't get anything to the rim. They had a great defensive unit. They had a great defensive plan for the Bucks. The Bucks had a great defensive plan for Bam today, and it made it tough for him to score. And you look on the outside perimeter, if the three-point shooting is not hitting for the Heat, it's going to be tough for them to win this series because they shot the ball bad today. And in game 1, you had 7 threes from Duncan Robinson, who led them in scoring. So your best offensive scorer cannot be Duncan Robinson to win this series. They got to figure out a way if that's bringing Goran Dragic back into the starting unit, because when he came in today, he had 18 points. I believe Dwayne Dedmon, he had some good minutes too. He had 19 points, and it's just a tough situation because I don't think that these guys have enough to really limit Giannis. They can find a way to limit Giannis. You can do that. They've done it before. I think it'll be harder this year because I think he's a way better player. And even when you do that, with the team that they have now, the shooting is going to kill them. You can't just sit in there and have a wall and stop Giannis if you're smart enough to figure out a way to get shooting. But this is just a tough situation for the Miami Heat. I think that they might get one game, but I think in 5 games this series is a wrap. And I hate to be that guy, but you talk about situations where they could have had trade pieces such as Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero didn't even play he didn't play until the 4th quarter when the game was over. And you could have definitely got James Harden this year. And in hindsight, it sounds great, but it's really a tough situation due to the fact that when the team is shooting this well today, there's not much you can really do. But I think that Eric Spoelstra, he's a great coach. I think that he'll figure something out. He's going to figure out a way to incorporate Jimmy Butler, find a way to get Bam more intrigued in the offense and get them back in their rhythm. Because if they can get back in their rhythm, they can have a shot to push a series longer for sure. And I think that the Bucks side, what they need to do is capitalize off of this game and Giannis, continue playing the way you've been playing. Next game, even try to go for 35. Try to put your foot on these guys' necks and end this series. But I think Game 3 will be a lot more competitive than what we saw today. The Miami Heat, led by Jimmy Butler, they're not gonna sit on this with a bad taste in their mouth. I think that they're gonna come back in Miami and be ready to punch the Milwaukee Bucks back in the mouth for what they got today. But again, this was a really dominating performance by the Milwaukee Bucks, led by Giannis and the entire team. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, enjoyed the content, go ahead, like I said before, leave a like. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this series, and also who you think has the best shot of making the NBA Finals in both conferences. Just want to hear what you guys think as well. Go ahead and share the video to your friends. Let them know what's going on. But until next time, stay on beat.